So Alex, we keep getting a lot of questions from friends and people here locally about how to buy land. Not specifically just buying land, but what to look for in the first place.
Yeah, how to choose it.
Yeah, so, you know, I thought that's what we're going to do in this video. Not necessarily what to look for, but what not to look for.
Yeah.
Red flags.
What you should avoid. Yeah.
Things that foreigners should definitely avoid when buying land here in the Philippines or property. So there's no better way to do that than just visually.
Yeah, show some examples.
We got a whole list of properties, good and bad. We're going to show you guys and show you the pros and cons of everything, depending on what you're looking for. And no matter what you're looking for, some of these, nobody should buy.
Yeah,
so we'll get into that right now.
Justin, let's talk about right-of-way access.
Yeah, access is one of the most important things when you're looking for land. No matter if you're an investor or you want to just retire. And so let's say you found the perfect land, which we have. The location is amazing. It's for us, the center of Dauin, awesome place to invest. Property values going up. There's a cement road. Everything, the price is great, but the problem is the right-of-way access. So we're here on a cement road, but as you can see, this land behind us, it is almost perfect for us. It's 10,000 square meters, but can you see the trees? It starts out there.
Yeah.
So you can see the road right here, but then the actual property is a perfect square or maybe a rectangle. We have the survey, but it starts one road in from this main barangay road. So what that means is there's no real right-of-way access. Now, when you talk to your, real estate agent or whoever showing you around, they'll say, "Oh, don't worry, there's a road, there's a right-of-way." There's really
it's a road for them, not for car. Yeah,
it's fine for local Filipino on a scooter, whatever.
Yeah,
but to be safe, you need you need a land on the barangay road, or you need
because you will lose access after the rain.
Yeah,
you cannot get there.
I'm more concerned with who owns this lot that's touching the barangay road and is between the road and our lot. That's another 10,000 square meters between us and the cemented road. So we looked into it, and the owner of this one, they won't sell it, which would have been perfect because it's on the road, but they will give us a 3 or 4 meter stretch to our land. And I said, well, can we buy that? And they said, no, but we'll give you a lifetime lease for 900,000 pesos. So I'm like, that sounds great, but it's really
a fairy tale, yeah.
It's really not, because what happens when the owner of this land dies or they sell it to somebody else? And that
could change his mind.
Yeah, they see, the rich white guy owns 10,000 square meters and a big house just right there, and you're driving through their land. Yeah, you paid 900,000 pesos to the previous owners, but now these guys, all they have to do is block your road. Then you're screwed. You have to pay them another 900 or whatever they ask for, because you have no choice. You have an expensive property and house that is blocked by somebody else's land. So we've been negotiating a long time. We said the only way we'll do it is if you can get the owners of this land to sell us a 4 meter by I think it's 100 meters to the other land. So this one was a sad one to let go. It's almost perfect, 10,000 square meters. It's square. The title is clear, ready to transfer. The price is cheap. We got it for about 1,000 per square meter. It's near the center of Dauin, but that access is just a little off. So we're gonna keep looking.
And you know what I mentioned just recently? There is no signal.
There's no signal.
Yeah. So it's a big issue.
Yeah. All right. So it sucks giving up that land. I mean, perfect location, perfect price, size. The title is ready to go. There's water, electric already up here. And it can be tempting to just take it. And I know a lot of guys that just did it and said, oh, I'll be dead before there's any problems. But I also know a lot of guys that put a lot of time and money into building their dream home, and then the locals went and blocked their access, demanded money, whatever. So yeah, it can be tempting just to take it when it's that perfect, but believe me, take my advice, do what's right. So Alex, last week our real estate agent showed us this lot, and it's absolutely perfect, almost. So as you can see, the road, not only does it have a cemented barangay government road on one side, it has it on 3 sides. This is like a corner lot.
Yeah.
It's about 3,500 square meters. It's almost triple the price of the one that we just looked at, but it's literally a 1-minute walk to the beach, so it's not surprising.
Yeah, it's nice beach. It's a sand beach.
Yeah, you could dive there. It's a good dive location, dive site. So this lot I absolutely love. It is almost perfect, but the problem with this lot is the title.
Yep.
And honestly, we looked at 100 properties this year, and it was about 80% were like this. So when you talk to your agent, he's going to say, even if there is a problem, he's going to say, look at it anyway. So you have to get your lawyer, do your due diligence, because you really can't trust what they say. They always say, no problem, even though it'll take 5 years to get a title. So the problem with this one, which is common, is it's a mother title that the kid inherited when his granny died. And it was actually three grandkids that inherited it. And it's actually 7,000 square meters, and the grandkids split it into 3, and one of them needs money, so he's selling his part. And what that means is these guys that really had no money, they inherited this real expensive land, and then they split it up, and then, like I said, one of them needed money, so he wanted to sell his. The problem is they didn't have money in the first place to subdivide it. Of course, they split it between the 3 of them because they inherited it together, but they didn't have the money to subdivide it, even though it only really costs about 7 to 8,000 pesos for a lot this size to subdivide it and get the new title and everything, and then you do the title transfer. So not only to buy just this one little chunk of 3,500 square meters, not only would we have to go pay for the surveyors and stuff like that to find the new property lines, then we'd have to go pay, because this guy don't have any money, even though he's got an expensive lot, we'd have to go pay for the title transfer to his name so that he can transfer it to our name down the road. So each one of those steps is a lot of time, not worth the hassle. Of course, they try to say, oh, it's a guarantee, we'll give you the bill of sale so you can start building. Yeah, as a foreigner, we want the security, right? You don't really want to build a 5 million peso house on land until you really own it.
Yeah, and I heard another story when owner of the land took a bank loan from bank, like a shitty sum of money, 100,000 pesos, it's about maybe $3,000. But after 5 or 7 years, bank came and took property because of a lot of...
They never paid the loan.
Yeah, never paid the loan, no one payment from them. And foreigner owner of house, he didn't know about it. So
yeah, he could have easily paid off that 100,000 and kept his whole property.
But he didn't know it.
Yeah, that sucks, man. This is almost a perfect property. Even the price, even though it's more expensive than the other one, it's on the beach side. It's not more expensive than beach properties here.
I really like it, but title ruin everything.
It could be super tempting though, right?
Yeah.
Just ignore certain problems. Yeah, but
Minimar just near your place.
Almost perfect, and definitely tempting to just get an investor, buy it yourself, do something. But yeah, especially when you're looking for foreign investors, it needs to be perfect so there's no issues. Because it's already Philippines, there's going to be issues no matter what.
Hey Justin, let's talk about location.
Yeah.
Because location, it's everything.
Location is everything, but it's also, it seems like an obvious thing for us to talk about, but I think there's a lot of things that certain guys don't really think about. So of course, depending on what you guys want to do, whether you're going to retire up in the mountains, we'll go show you a property like that. You want nice views and stuff, cooler weather, way cheaper prices up in the mountains, or you want to be down by the beach like us and you know, down here with the cities, and you don't have to drive a long ways to go grocery shopping or hang out at the bar or anything. But that's the obvious stuff. The not so obvious stuff is definitely what you need to look for with your real estate agent. For example, we just came in to this really nice property here by the beach, and it was a horrible road, right? Really horrible road. But guess what, Alex? This is a barangay road.
Oh.
So, of course, you ask your real estate agent, hey, is this a barangay road for sure? They say yes.
Yeah.
But the problem is
it is not road.
It's not paved. So that could be good
Just
and bad. That could be good and bad, and it could also tell me a couple different things depending on what you guys want. For one, can your car even get to your property? The construction trucks, all that stuff to build your house. For two, at least the big problem is gone. Nobody's ever going to block road or access to your property, so that's gone. But is it a really horrible road? You need to do some major due diligence and find out, is the government going to pave this road anytime soon? Because if you're an investor and you find out some information that they have plans to pave this road in the next 5-10 years, your real estate, your property value is going to go up as soon as that is paved. I mean, instantly it's going to go up
30% or more.
There's going to be Phil Invest and SM and these big companies in here trying to subdivide the whole area. So if you're in here early, you're gambling that they're actually going to follow the plan and pave this road sometime soon.
You're right. It's like gambling.
You might hit the jackpot. You might.
It could be 20 years or more.
I also know people that have been waiting 15 years for their much bigger roads, to be honest, to be paved. So you never know. On top of that location, besides the road that we'll stop talking about now, and the views and all that.
Yeah, I can see ocean just from here.
Yeah. We can walk to the ocean. It's a really good dive site if you guys care about that. But you have to think of other things like water and electricity and cable. So it looks like this property has power lines already running out to it. There's some bigger properties a little bit farther out, so they already sorted it out for you. It's going to be the same with water lines. You can actually check yourself if the government has set up the water lines, because even if they haven't, you can get these things done yourself. We know people living out in the freaking middle of nowhere, and they pay they set in their own power transformers and poles and 20 miles of cable for Wi-Fi and TV.
Yeah, you can do it.
You can do it yourself, but do you have the budget? Do you want to deal with that stuff?
It could cost more than land.
Yeah, are you in a location where you can dig a well? Because right here, you're not. You're going to hit sulfur. 3 miles down the road, it's called Mayan Tubig Barangay. That literally means good water. You'll have free water. So you gotta think about, is it easy to get water, power, Wi-Fi, TV, all that?
Yeah.
Or does it already have it, like this place seems to? So that's just more things to think about.
Yeah, this place is really quite nice. No karaoke, no neighbors, no roosters, no pig farms. But let's see what else in our list.
Yeah, so we have a list that some are requirements, absolutely, and some are really not really requirements, but we hope to find it. And we give this to our guys that go look for land for us and take us on tours. But yeah, there's no karaoke, no things like that, but there's a lot of other things depending on what you guys are looking for. If you have kids, you need a private school or even a public school. You don't want to drive 30 minutes. You probably don't want to be way up the mountain. So you need to be near that. Stores and grocery shopping. Like for here, even this location real close to the highway in Dauin, it's still a 20-minute drive to the city for the main grocery stores. So if you're up in the mountain, it's going to be rough. But if you're one of those guys, kind of a hermit, quiet living, you're only going to go to the city once a month. Maybe that's what you want. Oh, mango. So this isn't a huge requirement for us because we could sort it out later. But we really prefer if a lot is like this, already cleared, because that saves a lot of time. It saves a lot of money with the unskilled labor. But something that you guys need to pay attention to,
mango trees.
The mango, these trees, you actually need a permit to cut down. So
yeah, and these trees will be first who will fail on a typhoon.
yeah. So we had a
During
typhoon,
yeah.
a couple years ago. That's another consideration as well. Are you in a place that could not be good for flooding and all that? But the typhoon a couple years ago, it took out a lot of houses, and when we went and inspected what happened, they didn't fly away. What happened was the mango trees fell on the houses and cars and killed people, whatever. So even if you don't have any mango trees, you're going to have to build your house. You got to clear this lot. You need permits to take away these trees, to clear the land. You might have to truck in a ton of dirt and stuff to make it level or graded for drainage. You know, there's a lot of stuff. So I love when I find one that is already clear like this, and the other two properties we just looked at. You don't have to, you know, unskilled labor is cheap, but it's still money. A really important thing you guys need to consider is a lot of these, especially up the mountain, the farming lands, you guys want this nice 500 pesos per square meter quiet lots. Well, almost at least 90% of the time, unless it's already owned by a foreigner that handle this, these are not residential titles. They're commercial or agricultural titles. So just like the problem with the mother title and, you know, all that we had on the last property, some of these properties are not residential titles that you're going to need to build your own house.
True.
It's not a huge problem, but it can be. You know, if the title's clear, everything ready to transfer, you already have 6 months to a year to wait just for that. But if you don't have patience and you have to switch it from a agricultural title to a residential title, that's going to take some time as well. So guys, we always tell our real estate, because we're looking at so many properties, we always tell them all our requirements. Don't bother me. Don't take me to 100 properties that I'm going to say no to. Like, don't take me to one with no, like the other day we got stuck driving. You know, if my car gets stuck driving to a property, I'm probably not going to buy it. So anyway, maybe you find these properties you like, you've got 10 that are like perfect. You got to tell your guy, get me the survey map, or whatever you call it, the survey map. So if they've done their survey, it's ready to go, they'll have this map. It'll have the lot number, the exact dimensions, size, all that. And then you'll be able to go to the lawyer, show him the lot number for the ROD. He can look in the records, make sure all the things that the owner and the real estate agent said is fine, he can make sure it's really fine. So, you know, we probably have a dozen of these sitting around different properties around Dauin. You're gonna need to see those, even if you have to give them back. If the owner is sitting on a $300,000 lot and can't afford a $150 survey and a plot map of their property, there's probably going to be a lot of other problems. You know, the lawyer is going to check it to see if the title's ready to go, any problems, any liens, any tax declarations. We had one delayed because a guy owed $40 in back taxes. I mean, there's all kinds of problems the lawyer is going to have to sort out.
And also, if you don't like snakes and spiders like me, try to avoid bamboo trees and banana forests, swamp areas, because there are a lot of mosquitoes. Yeah, and as a bonus, this guy can cut your grass for free. If you have any other questions or topics you wanna us to talk about, just let us know in the comments down below.